All right, so this is a walkthrough of Primavera's PCs installations, Oracle Primavera PCs Professional Management 19.2 installation walkthrough. All right, so I have my files, everything set up. So I have this in my um, drive. I have the database folder, and I have my set of files. I have my database as well. So there's no way or anywhere you can get everything like this in one place. So I have to put everything together in this directory. So I'm going to be showing us how to, just in case you don't have these setups like this, I'm going to be showing you how to get each and every of these software downloaded because they are all downloaded separately. So this is a database setup for the PCs, and then this is the setup file itself, and this is a Java installation. If you have it installed before, you might have to skip it. But I have everything that you need to get up and running, at least for PCs on SQL Server. So the PCs actually supports two type of database engines. One is Oracle, and the second is SQL Server. So this installation will be focused on SQL Server installation, and then we'll have another separate installation for the Oracle. So in an ideal environment, the thing is that you might only have the setup file, and someone else might have installed the Oracle or the SQL Server on the network. So it's not going to be your work to do. So all they need to do is just give you the credentials to use. But this tutorial, the session focuses on zero installation. It's situations where you don't have SQL Server set up, you don't have nothing set up, everything from zero level. So we're going to be setting up the database first and then creating the credentials that is required for us to install our PCs and then have it configured to be up and running. So this is what we are going to do. And like I said, let me repeat again, there's no way you are going to have this in the same folder. Have to put everything together. So it wasn't originally like this. So I'm going to be showing us, like I said, how to have everything downloaded. So you are going to this is the database source, this is the Java, this is the setup file for the PCs, and then this one is the SQL Express, and then this one is the SQL Studio management. All right, so let's see how you can get this first file downloaded. So you for you to get the database set up, you all you need to do is go to Oracle eDelivery. So this is the place to get it. edelivery.oracle.com. So this is this place here. edelivery.oracle.com. So if you get there, if you have an account before, you just simply log in. If you don't have an account, it asks you to create an account. So when you create an account, just simply log in. After creating the account, just do all the verifications and then log in. So when you are logged in, you have access to all virtually all Oracle softwares. So PCs is one of those softwares. So I'm going to reload my dashboard so you can see it blank. Let me take this off here so you get to see it how it will be like when you're logged in. So I'm going to, yeah, cool. All right. So what you do is when you log in afresh, this you won't see all this one here. It's because I already did a search and because I want the videos to be concise as possible, right? So when you are logged in for the first time, you won't see anything here. Everything here will be blank, and then you see all categories. You have licensed softwares, you have released, you have download packages. You can just put it on all categories if you're not sure of the kind of software you want to download. And then you come in here and try to type the name of or the category of the software you're looking for. So in this case, what we're looking for is Primavera. So you can put Primavera PCs. So PC itself has several, packages under it. So you can see analytics, enterprise project portfolios, and all of that. And then to even narrow down, you can go to PC's professional project management. When you do this and do a search, you would see, all software that are related to PC professional project management, listed here. And that's why you then see all these ones that are listed down here. Now you see the 20, that's Primavera PC Professional Project Management 20 version 20.12, and then you see version 19.12, you see version 18, version 17, 16, and all of that. So depending on which version you want to download, maybe it's 20, or it's 19, maybe it's 18. Anyone, just feel free and download. So in my own case here, I'm working with 19.12. There's nothing that stops you from working with 20.12. But I have everything set up for 19.12. So I'm going to go with, if you go with 19.12, so if you click on that, then you'd then be taken to, you can see that an item is added to your cart here. So you can download as many software depending on what you want to download at that time. But for us, what we're interested in at this time is just PC professional project management. You know, so you can see that in your item. So if you view it, and then you can continue. You can view the items and continue, or you can just continue straight up. So when you continue, it's going to start the download process, and then about 4 files will be downloaded. So among these 4 files, the one of the contents will be the database source when you extract it. Another one will contain the setup file itself, this setup file that you have here. You won't see nothing like JRE, Windows, and all of this. This is a separate download. So one of the download files will, when you extract it, you have the database file here. You can just move it safely into a directory so that all of them will be in the same folder together. And then you have this the setup. One of the folder too, one of the extractions will also contain the setup. So you can also safely move it in the same directory as this. So having done that, you will have this and these two setup files here. You will have that. Okay. So if you do this continue right here, you are going to have the download process started, and then like I said, you have 4 files, 4 zip files. Extract them. When you extract them, you will see one of it will be database source file, which is this, and then one of it will be setup files. That's pretty much what you need, and then others will contain other informations about configuration and all of that. So you move it into same folder. You create another folder, just move it there, and then I already have it here, and then I don't want download process to take up our time. Of course, if you have any issues extracting and all of that, feel free to drop a comment, and then I'll be glad to help you through. So when you click on the continue, this is where you get to see. When you continue from here, first one file will be downloaded. That file is pretty much like a download helper. The first one that will be downloaded will be a download helper that helps you monitor and then ensure that there's no break in the download. So having downloaded the download helper will then download the source files that are required. And then here you see which Windows. So based on the operating system that you're using to download, so automatically the e-delivery knows that I'm using a Windows system, and then you can see window structure. And then if it's applicable to other Linux, other distributions as well, you will see other distributions lie down here. In any case, we have all checked. So when you have all checked, it means all applicable operating systems, and the only one that is applicable here is Microsoft Windows 64-bit. So when you do that, continue, the download process will just start. So the next thing is just the extraction, extract, and then put it in the folder like this. Create a separate folder. When you see this, put it there. The one of the other extractions too, you have the setup, put it in the same directory here. And then now, how do you get to download the GRE? So some of us might already have Java because this installation, one of the installation needs Java. So if you have Java installed on your system already, you don't need to really download this. So, but if you don't have it, you can download it as a separate installation. All you need to do is also a separate this thing here. You can just do a simple this thing. So you can say Java download. So if you do that, it's going to take you to Oracle. So you can download it from Java or from Oracle sites. Either ways, it's going to link you to the place to download. Ensure you are downloading from the right source. Don't use external. If it's not Java or Oracle, don't use any other source. So that you're not downloading. You can be sure that you're not downloading something that will harm your system. All right, so if that goes well, you can see that it links you to Oracle sites, and then you ensure that you agree and you start free download. So you say agree and start free download. So that will download this Java setup execution. You can see that. Uh, so once this is pretty much like this that you have here, JRE 8. So that is that. So we're done with this folder. We're done with this S64 setup. X64 setup and all these ones are downloaded from the e-delivery. This one is downloaded separately. Just do a Java download for Windows. And then the SQL Express. This is a version of SQL Server. Let me repeat what I said earlier on. Your PCs is a complex installation. In an ideal environment, it will be installed by three set of people: network engineers, database experts, and then people who would use the PC itself. But what we are doing is zero installation. You are the one-man team that's installing the database and configuring the software, the network as well. So we are going to be installing the SQL Server ourselves. So where do you get this SQL Server? You can just you can do a Google search, and then this way it's going to land you. You can just come here, Microsoft.com, and then you have this SQL Server. So you have several versions. You have one is SQL Server on Azure, no. SQL Server at the edge, no. SQL Server on premise, that's pretty much what you need. But we don't want to use a free trial. We want to use something that we have control over. So in an enterprise environment, you will have to use an enterprise version. So you can use this free trial. So, but the one we're using is the Express. The Express is completely free. You can see there is a free edition of SQL Server, ideal for development and production for desktop, web, and all of that. So this is the version that we downloaded, and this is another version for developers. So, but in an enterprise environment, you want to use the enterprise edition, in which case you can use this as a free. But if you use a free trial, over time it will expire, and then you begin to. So this is the version Express. So when you download, that will give you this SQL Express Advanced. You have that 64-bit and in English. So you have that. The next thing now is the last thing is the SSMS. So this is really not like a requirement like that, but for your convenience, if you are not a tech person, to ask you to start using command prompts to create database or create users might be something of too much to ask from you. So for easy management of your database environment, you download this SQL Server Management Studio. So if you do a simple Google search of SSMS download as well. So you would be able to, please, like ensure you are downloading from the right source. So something like this. So it's from Microsoft. So the connection is a bit rolling. So when it rolls, it's going to get you to that point where you get to select your SSMS and just download. So when you download that, you will then have this. So you by that time you should have everything that I have here. You should have everything that I have here needed for your installation. Everything that is required for. So you can see this will download SQL Server Management Studio 18.91 version. So if you click on this, that will kickstart the download. I don't want to download it because I already have it installed and I don't want the download process to take up the time for this. So, but feel free, it's very straightforward. Just click on it and then it's going to kickstart the download. So that about the download process. So I'm going to pause this video now and then the installation process will take another turn uh, for that. So thank you and see you next